Hi, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate a containerized IoT humidity monitoring system built with Docker. The system has three components: a simulated IoT sensor, a Flask backend API, and a MongoDB database. And all of this are running inside Docker containers. Well, here in this file, Docker Compose, uh, it defines the three services. The MongoDB, which stores the data, the API, which is our Flask backend running on port 5001, and the device, which is our simulated sensor. This one right here. Notice that the depends on here, this field ensures the services start in the correct order. Well, here on this folder API, this file app, we can find this. This is the Flask backend. It has two main endpoints. Post humidity, which receives data from the sensor and stores in MongoDB, and this one right here, get humidity, which retrieves all stored readings. We also implemented a bonus task that is status, get status. This endpoint simply shows the system health. And this one right here, this file device, in this file sensor.py, this is the simulated IoT device. It generates a random humidity value between 30 and 80% every 3 seconds and sends it to the backend using HTTP post request. And it also handles errors in case the backend is not available. So we're gonna use this command right here to run the system. I'm already inside the IoT exam folder, and I'm using the Docker Compose app command to start everything. Now Docker is building the images and starting the containers, and you can see it is downloading the dependencies for both the API and the device. Now the system is now running. You can see the Flask API started successfully on port 5001. And here in the device logs, you can see the sensor sending humidity readings every 3 seconds. Now here in Docker desktop, we can confirm that all three containers right here, IoT, MongoDB, IoT API, IoT device, are all running. They all have green status or status. Now here, if we go to this URL, to this URL in the browser, on this port 5001/humidity in the localhost, this calls the get endpoint for our API. And here we can see all the humidity readings stored in MongoDB, returned as JSON array. and each object has a value and per percentage, a percentage, and the unit or the unit, and this confirms that the data is flowing correctly from the sensor through the API into the database and back to the browser. So in this other URL, now slash status or status, here we can check the status of the system or the containers. Here, this returns the system health. The API is online, as we can see. Here, the database is connected, and we can see the total number of ratings stored so far, right here. And here, as we go back to the terminal and show the live device logs, here we can see the device is still sending data every 3 seconds in real time. And this completes the demonstration of the full data flow from the simulated IoT device to the backend API to the MongoDB database, and finally displayed here in our browser. Thank you so much.